anxiety is a form of fear. It's fear of something that's coming in the future. So fear is present and here and now to a situation that's happening here and now. But anxiety is a chronic fear of something coming in the future. And so that also points to this kind of consistent, pervasive pattern of parenting and disciplining that um, habituates the child, that makes the child have this deep seated fear of uh, relating to other people, and this dread of social situations and social gatherings. So fear, excessive fear and excessive anxiety, but also excessive shame and guilt. And so this parent is consistently, often rejecting and humiliating the child in front of other people. And so the child shrinks their whole sense of self, their self image, their self concept, their self esteem, their self worth, their uh, personality. Everything just shrinks, and the child shies away and moves away and fades away. And and that's what this parent is trying to do, because that gives them a sense of power and dominance by dominating and making this child submissive. They they feel more powerful. And yeah, and often the dominant parent, whether it's a mother or father, teams up with one of their kids who they spoil. So they adopt a permissive parenting style with that child, and that child becomes the resistant or spoiled child. And then together, this parent and that child dominate this avoidant, socially anxious child. So the repressed emotions, I didn't talk about guilt. So yeah, excessive guilt, they also blame this child for everything that goes wrong. So even if the golden child, the spoiled brat child, uh, picks on and bullies this other kid, they'll always take his or her side, because the firstborn golden child, spoiled brat, is always right. They're perfect and they can do no wrong, and this other child is always wrong no matter what. There's no sense of justice. It's a certain pattern of negative energy flow that just must move away from this child and onto that child. And so, yeah, this child grows up being blamed and accused, and so they come to have the sense that they are always at fault, and no matter what the situation. And they carry this into their lives in future. Now, getting to the repressed emotions, because this is really the core of it. Um, I mean, you have to try to address the excessive emotions of fear, anxiety, shame, and guilt. But the main way, the most important way of shifting this pattern is by addressing the repressed emotions, which are repressed anger, pride, um, sadness, and joy. So, yeah, we've got to look at each of them because each emotion is different.